Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 2. Let me introduce our members. First is myself, Olivia Millynia Nata, and the second one is Arum Satria Pertiwi. And for the last, we have Oktaviana. In this opportunity, we will explain about teaching strategy in reading. In this material, we have several subtopics like the roles of teachers, reading comprehension, teaching reading strategies, strategies in teaching reading, and for the last is strategies in teaching reading comprehension. So let's learn together. The roles of teacher. The roles of teacher, namely A. Controller. When teachers act as controllers, they are in charge of the class and of the activity taking place and are often leading from the front. B. Prompter. Sometimes when they are involved in a role-play activity, for example, students lose the thread of what is going on or they are lost for words. C. Participant. The traditional picture of teachers during student discussion, role plays, or group decision-making activities is of people who stand back from the activity, letting the learners get on with it and only intervening later to offer feedback and or correct mistakes. D. Resource. The teacher becomes a resource person. Students may need to ask how to say or write something or ask what a word or phrase means. And for the last, we have tutor. It is important for us to act as tutor from time to time, however difficult this may be.
Okay, next is reading comprehensions. According to Klingner 2007 on page 2, reading comprehension is the process of constructing meaning by coordinating a number of complex processes including word understanding the meaning and the relationship between ideas conveyed in a text. There are many strategies that teachers can use when they are teaching reading comprehensions. According to Satria 2006, some of the strategies are created and used by using material and approaches, reading aloud in the classroom, comprehension questions, check the level of difficulty of the text, use pre-reading activities to prepare students for reading, and in addition, teacher also may use the other strategies such as developing vocabulary of children and not to continue reading without understanding, grasping the heart of matter, using contextual clue, teach reading strategies, visualizing what is written, provide a variety of reading purpose, and the last one is identify text and tasks. Okay, next is teaching reading. As we know, teaching is a process of conveying information or knowledge from teacher to students. In addition, there are also other activities that must be carried out by teacher and students in school, such as teacher must be able to regulate class conditions so that the class becomes beautiful. If the class is beautiful, then students will feel comfortable and calm during the learning process. However, the teacher also has another role, namely in the learning process, the teacher is required to be able to condition the classroom atmosphere and be able to control the behavior of the students so that the students can obey all the orders and the students are willing to be able to obey the rules in the school. And then reading strategy is one way to make students understand the learning material. The following is a method that must be done by the teacher so that students can understand the learning material well. Namely, first is summarizing. Summarizing is a process in which students are asked to record important points after reading a material. And the second is asking. Asking is a very important thing in the learning process. And next is skimming. According to Cahyono 2011 state that skimming aims to get the main idea on purpose quietly by reading. And the last one is scanning. Teaching reading strategies. There are many strategies that can be used by teacher to teach in the classroom. However, Davison and Dawson 2003 on page 124 states that there are strategies for teaching reading, namely, first, individual class. Students must learn on their own by reading the material that they don't understand by reading privately. Students will find it easier to understand the learning material taught by the teacher. And the second is group class. So in this case, the teacher will divide the students into several groups. Then the teacher will give some assignments to each group. From here, students can work on the tasks by dividing the tasks according to the number of groups. And the third is whole class. There are also those who think that reading only makes students sleepy. And if students are sleepy, they will not be able to understand the learning material well. Therefore, teachers need to apply reading strategies such as whole class.
Next to the subtopic strategy in teaching reading. In order to get the target, the teacher needs to use strategy in teaching. In teaching reading, the teacher may use many different strategies. The teacher should use many strategies in teaching methods, such as applying various methods, media, and some games in order to keep the students interested. The teacher also makes the condition of classroom be effectively because to make the students feel better and the learning activity can be organized. The key of success in learning is the teacher who has the best strategies to teach their students in every levels of any field. In teaching reading also. Next, strategy in teaching reading comprehension. In this point, the teacher also has the strategy to teach reading comprehension. There are many strategies that the teachers can use this strategy in their teaching programs in reading comprehension. So, there are 6 strategies about teaching reading comprehension. First, active prior knowledge. Prior to teach reading passage, it is beneficial to engage the readers in activity that gets them thinking about what they already know about the topic of the reading. Number 2, cultivate vocabulary. A major strategy in helping students to build their vocabulary for reading is to encourage them to develop strategies for guessing word meanings from contextual clues and background knowledge. Number 3, teach for comprehension. Instead of asking the students comprehension questions after reading a passage, a teacher can model with the class how to comprehension is reached. Number 4, increase reading rate. One successful activity is called repeated reading. Students need a short passage over and over again until they achieve criterion levels of reading rate and comprehension. Number 5, verify reading strategies. The teacher does not have to generate the list of all appropriate reading strategies. And the last, number 6, evaluate strategies. Reading journal are an effective way to evaluate reading progress. Students make a journal entry each day. Okay, I think it is enough about presentation for today. Thank you so much for your attention, and sorry if our group 2 make some mistakes. Let's say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.